after a long search for land in southeastern Arizona, we came across this beautiful 10 acres at the base of the Mule Mountains, between the towns of Bisbee and Sierra Vista. It was away from the noise and pollution of the city and close to the Mexican border. The area was abundant with natural beauty and wildlife, so we made it our first choice out of many properties.
Purchasing the land. Start your tractors. Removing the corner of the road for bigger delivery trucks. We marked the site with lime. We made it a little bigger, fortunately. A couple of big rocks we had to get out of the way, and they pop right up. That was probably 450, 500 pounds. All right. Perlite being delivered for use in walls, and especially the ceiling. Lumber for forms. Adobe coming in from the dam up the road, which ran through the grizzly to remove the bigger rocks. Sand and small rock being delivered. I'm trying to relax for a moment. Replacing old electrical equipment at the wellhead and testing the rest of the system. Had to put brand new pipe in all the way from the tank to our property. A tough dig when you're on the mountain. Heavy equipment was used. So you can see the terrain is really tough here. 12 inches of adobe and the rest is rock and caliche. Here's our temporary water tower just for construction use. Here's the backfill going on the water line. The rest of the backfill going in. Making agreements on what we're doing here. Water's gold if you live in the desert. Can't do anything without it. Guys are setting up for the basic pour here. We're gonna test out a batch just to see how things work. I think by the second batch we pretty much had a load that would stand up to the elements. More adobe coming in, checking the forms, making sure everything is okay. First level of forms takes the longest to set up. Yeah, we went through a lot of different labor. Some people lasted a day, some people lasted the whole job. It's 4 miles off the highway getting in. So not everybody wanted to come in on a really rough road. Forms take a while to produce. Of course, that's real important. You've got very high pressure adobe pushing against the walls. Not as much pressure as rammed earth would need. First pour after the boards were removed, looking real good. Poured adobe is back-breaking work. Our lead carpenter so we're getting ready to put on the second stage, pouring on the second level, the base going in for the water pump, wiring up the third level, pouring on the third level. The forms were 12 inches thick, so the final on the adobe was 14 inches with the sides finished. The guys worked together pretty well. It takes a lot of teamwork to do this. The mixer size was about 10 cubic feet, and we did push it pretty hard. We chose to build with adobe as it was readily available. There was an old rancher's dam about a half a mile away that had good, clean adobe. The temperature range in this area is from 107 Fahrenheit to a low of 17. Break time, watermelon with Eva. Higher up you go, the tougher the pour gets. We were very lucky, nobody on the job got hurt. The basic battery box, insulated battery box, batteries, battery heater. The warmer the batteries are in the winter, the more power we get. Putting together the upper cabinet and the inside, the inverter, fuse box, controller, 24 volt 200 amp switch. Here we got the backup generator. We only have 4 solar panels. There's a lot of tools used for any construction project. Some are big and heavy. Others are small and lightweight and can be easy to lose. Others can take several men to lift and move. Whatever tools we didn't have, we had to buy, or we were lucky and one of the guys would have it. When it gets hot, the monsoon season starts. This particular one had hail. Hail turns to water. It's all good in the desert. A little bit of hail damage. Our diversion dam filled up. Butterflies like to visit when there's a cool spot. Dogs doing what they do best, chilling out in the shade. Example of our rounded corners. Part of the sonotube is still in there. 2x12s and roofing material being delivered. Getting ready to place the bond beam. From what I remember, we only worked 4 days a week. When you're in your mid-50s, starting a new construction project can be brutal. As hard as it was, we persisted and finished the project. South-facing windows for passive solar. 2-foot overhangs all the way around for more shade. Rounding the edges of the window column. Getting ready to pour insulation into the roof rafters. Top left opening is for a small AC. We also insulated the overhangs, chipping out a little space for window frames. Plumbing into the kitchen. We added electrical and sewer. All of the plumbing in the trench, including a grease trap. Bathroom plumbing on the left. Putting a hard coat on the Adobe for wind, water, and rain resistance. Here you can see the perlite in the roof rafters. More mudwork on the windowsills. Mixing a finer batch of mud for the guys. Here we are finishing one side of the roof, showing the guys how to place fasteners on the edge. Final finish on the outside of the building. We also made all of our own furniture. Fortunately, our carpenter was very good at this process. Turned out he was a real artist in the furniture department. Eva having fun with the sander. Well, this sander might be a little big for her, so we gave her a smaller one that she was more comfortable with. Filling the windowsills for proper drainage. Using a wet burlap bag keeps the mud from cracking. And of course, there was always lots of changes in the plans and sizing. Pouring the adobe floor. My first time with a bull float. It was pretty hard getting used to it first. Turned out pretty nice. The west side with only one window. Finishing the triangle shelf. Our made-to-size kitchen table. Here we're getting ready to tile the kitchen counters. Here we have the rest of the windows being installed. Here's the front of our little house completed. Here we are adding a covered patio and attached bathroom. The night before, we wet the soil, but the tractor is still having a problem digging. Our new forms that we built, pouring our first block. All Adobe blocks are being used for the bathroom build. I was told we would build on 600 acres, and it became true. We were the first to build on 10 acres of 600. Finished blocks being baked in the hot Arizona sun. The rounded wall part of the patio is called Eva's Kiva. About 10 years ago, I met Eva, and Terrence and Eva got together and decided to build this beautiful casita in the desert in the middle of nowhere at the time. We had no neighbors, or they were far away. Anyway, we're still together, and as time has it, it has become a very healing place. I've made friends with the deer. The javelina stop by regularly. I have countless birds, all kinds of creatures, and it's living out in the wild. Something I've always wanted since I was young, but wasn't able to achieve then. It was a dream come true. I'm still happy to be there and enjoy this wonderful place. 10 years later, it has become popular to live off-grid as everybody is escaping the cities. Fortunately, we did it early when lumber and materials cost less.
After years of hard labor from our many workers, including Juju, our female wall finisher, the final stages of construction came to a close. We now have a solid, cozy casita of adobe, bathroom, laundry room. May it stay standing in all its stoic beauty for many years to come, as a tribute to the people whose labor on this land transformed it into a cozy dwelling, but also a magical healing place in the Mule Mountains of southeastern Arizona.